Okay, the bow. This was a pain in my butt. It's still a pain in my butt. There were a lot of problems that went with this when I got to the convention, but I will mention those when I am done explaining how I made this. If you can see on the inside, to make it stand up, I used one of those, I don't know what they're called, like crochet kind of pads like this. I don't think you can see it. I have to hold it up. But you can see like the grains, maybe, just maybe. There, yeah. And this is the only thing I had to hold it up. Now, if you have like cardboard or something else that's stiff and will like hold the shape of it, then that will work too. Did the same thing I did for the belt and sewed the bow on the inside. There's like little holes where I put the it's actually got some cotton in here to make it kind of puffy looking, because I was too cheap and only made one. Now the main problem I had with this bow is that when you hold it up and put it on the belt, as you can clearly see, the belt is flimsy, not very firm, and especially around the back, and the bow was constantly sagging. So what I did was, the second day we were there, I had my asbestos friend Paige put bobby pins on it and pin it to the back strap that goes across, and I'll show you that in a minute. And I just had her bobby pin it on, and it stayed up all day. I was just so happy. So we'll put the belt back. Make sure my thing goes with it so I don't lose this. It's very special to me. I went Friday and Saturday. Did not go Sunday. We were very tired on Sunday. We just wanted to go home and eat. So yes, and for this middle part, basically I cheated horribly on this. You can see there's still the raw edges on here. I just folded those in, pulled it as tight as I could, and sewed it. Now, the hibiscus. I'll show you the hibiscus flower. And this was a pretty obscure piece to make also. Oh, my earring's in there! I was wondering where that went. Well, I'll show you how to make that too if you really want me to. Okay, so, the hibiscus. Basically, I took cardboard, very thin cardboard. I think I used the back of a notebook, like a regular school notebook, cut out the shape, took pink fabric, stretched it over, sewed it onto the back. I took more yarn. I punched 2 holes in it, put the yarn through, tied it in a knot in the back. I have an arrow pointing to show which way is up, because it looks kind of the same whichever way you turn it. This was a very strange piece to make, because I actually took bean poles out of my grandmother's backyard, broke them, wrapped paper around them, taped them, and then painted them blue. You can't tell at all. You look at this and you can, it's kind of rough, but when the paint dried, it just looked like a regular rod. I bought beads. I bought a bag of like $3 wooden beads. You can find them at Walmart in the craft section. It's like the cheapest investment you'll ever make when it comes to this costume, and it's got like all the right shapes. I have these wooden beads, just the right size, and these ones, nice and shaped like that, and I painted those. These came off of a poncho, like an old rain poncho that my mom had. But you can pretty much use anything. You can find any kind of thread, or it's really soft. I like to stroke it. You can pretty much find any kind of yarn, whatever. I used the same thing for my earring, and I'll show you. You want to have that uniform because it's the exact same thing. The beads shape the same. I know they're not the same color, but they're the same shape. And these threads on Yuna are all the same. So you want to have that uniform. I used the beads, those wooden beads I was talking about before, for my earring. I know it's kind of cheap, but actually really no one's going to notice. I painted them the right color and put them on a wire. I actually have a spool of wire in my jewelry making kit and put a hook on the end for my ear. It's actually, these beads are actually very light and very hollow, and will pretty much will not like kill your ear or anything.